Shalom, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, Root Well, and peace and blessings to the elect, the brethren that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, laying their lives down for this truth. And this video is going to be a real quick video. I pray that it's edifying. It's basically a response or a redo to Elder Yashawamba. Slaki, not Yashua, but Ariala in Dallas, entitled "Your Family and Your Friends Will Never Understand." And watching this video, it pretty much hit home, and I know it hit home to more brothers as well. And I'm gonna get the scriptures to back it up, because once you fully get into this truth and you start get rooted in. A lot of times you're already living with your parents, you're living with your fleshly parents, all right? You may have a mom or a dad or one of each, and they're going to see your slowly see your transition to you becoming a new man, all right? And they're not going to get it. They're not going to understand, right? So it's to be expected that they're not going to understand that you're following Yahweh Shemi Ashai now, and that you have a body, a group of individuals that you don't know. You don't know these people. You don't know them. You don't know their families. You don't have history with these people in your camp. But every weekend you're out there prophesizing. You're out there taking notes, or whatever you're doing. It's a huge switch, and I'm gonna get into my first scripture. It basically fits this subject. The book of Luke 14:26, and it reads, If any man come to me and hate not their father, or hate his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yet his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. So here it's talking about hating your mother, your father, your children, your brother. And that means those that are close to you. And now when you go into that hate, I looked up the definition. It boils down to loving less, and that fits perfectly for that scripture here, loving less. Because when you really count the cost and you analyze the whole situation, you have nothing to do but love them less. All right. And growing up, a lot of times it's already a toxic situation. Most so-called black men or Israelites, period, they don't have a healthy relationship with their family members. There might be a few here and there that you're cordial with or you get along with and you're tight with, but for the most part, the history of our nation under the curses, it's a rocky situation, whether it be physical abuse, emotional abuse, which emotional abuse is tough because it deals with the psyche and deals with your mind. And we know that the Lord said that give me anything but the plague of the mind. So really, that's torturous, friends, from family, from things that you put on yourself. If you got somebody fucking with your mind all the time, that can drive you to go insane or go crazy or be have a disadvantage or a personality disorder. And it will take a miracle from Yahweh Shem Yahshua for you to do a 180. I think that's the airplane. It's a lot. Anyways, anyways, and I'm gonna get love in the scriptures to back it up. I pray this is edifying. It's not gonna be long, but because you love, regardless if you know, whatever we went through, we love them. You know, it's our family. We have a biological link to them. You know, so and you're a lot of times we're young men when we come to this truth. So you love them. You understand. Look, no matter what they do, I still love them. Whatever, uh, things I went through or how I was treated, I still love them. But once you start getting wisdom and knowledge and understanding about the Lord, about the scriptures, about yourself, it gets deep. And this is 1 John 5:3. And it says, "For this is the love of the Most High, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous." So their love is talking about loving the Most High. How do we do that? We keep His commandments. And growing up, we did not keep the commandments. We went off the path of what the Lord said, how He wanted us to be. We did things like smoke weed. We would steal. We would eat abominations. We would commit adultery. All these things that's opposite of the Lord. So we were enemies to the Lord. And in His truth, once you get built up to a level, you start to realize. And especially when you first start waking up, you're going to be on fire, like really, on fire, and that's basically can draw the line between you and certain people, because you're telling them, you're supposed to do this. I'm doing it. This is what they're showing in the scriptures, and that's very off-putting. And when you're showing your family, your friends these things and telling them, it's a switch. It's a, oh, this guy got into something serious, and they get defensive, like Elder Ariella say, they become very standoffish. They get they they may give you the cold shoulder, and very passive aggressive. And like he said, he won't tell you. They won't tell you, but that's what it is. They look at it as a threat. They look at it as a threat, and a normal person would be like, okay, I understand where he's coming from. A normal person will say, okay, he's saying that the white man's the devil. Okay, let me see what he's talking about. Or chemtrails, we drink fluoride. It would sound like a conspiracy, right? To the unintelligent. Okay, like we once were. But when you start to tell them and bring it out, all right, it really gets deep. And uh, just to keep it 100% honest, they become a little bit envious and jealous of you. But like I said, a normal person would sit down and be like, and get an understanding. Why do you believe this? Well, what's this, that, and the third? And they would tell you that they love you regardless. But like I said, a normal person would, but they're not normal people. We didn't grow up normal. We grew up in an unhealthy environment for the most part. Because anybody that's not following our statutes and commandments, they're unhealthy. They're a detriment to themselves and so on. So you can't really love something that don't agree. You just can't. Scripture said, "Can two walk together?" Said they be agreed. And now I'm going to go to the fact that Yahweh Shai went through this. Exactly point. And that's one thing that we understand, that whatever we're going through, the Lord went through. And that's one thing that keeps us grounded. Because the scripture says his servant is not above his master. This is Matthew 13:53, and it reads, "And it came to pass that when Yahweh Shai had finished these parables, he departed thence. And when he was come into his own country, he taught them in their synagogue, and said, Whence hath this man this wisdom and these mighty works? Is not this the carpenter's son?" So is not this the guy that was the son of a carpenter? Wasn't he just an average Joe? Wasn't he just your average Jake, Judite? Regular degular? And that's what they see in us, especially our parents. Some of our friends, but especially them. Okay, they raised us since we since the hospital, the damn since it was in your womb, since you came out, they fed you. They basically formed you and how you would live your life. Okay, they expect you to come out basically and get as a young man and get older how they form you to be. And then if you once you go off that path, it's a threat to them. You know, they'll say things like, "You weren't taught this," or "Where did you get that from?" We didn't teach you to believe in these type of things. And it's a form of gaslighting, if you will. It's a you know, psychological term, meaning, you know, whatever you believe in isn't real, you know, for the most part. But you know it's real. In the back of their mind, they know it's real, but they're going to tell you it's fake, okay, because they don't have the faith and believe in it. You know, and you get pissed, you get mad sometimes, and I'm going to get into it, but I'm going to finish this verse. Is not this the carpenter's son? Is not his mother Mary, and his brothers James, his brethren James, and Joseph, and Simon, and Judas, and his sisters, are they not all with us? Hence then, this man all things. And it reads, verse 57, and they were offended in him. So they were offended, got their feelings hurt. But Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, save in his own country, in his own house. So, in in the household you grew up in, you're not gonna have a believer. You're not gonna have someone who understands what you think about the weight that's on your shoulders. Okay, especially going through your process, and really, when you're going through a spiritual, you know, increase, you should be by yourself. You should be alone, so you can get understanding about yourself and what the Lord has set for you. But if you're in that type of situation, it can be deleterious. Okay, especially in an Israelite home. And a lot of brothers, you know, they'll say, "My fucking sister's a demon," or "My brother's a demon." And the Lord permits us from cursing our mothers and fathers out, but they ain't right either, you know. And I'm gonna get it what I was gonna go into, because you can't love them. I'm gonna get into it because this is just temporal. It's very hard to love something that's can very well be destroyed. This is 2 Corinthians 4:18. While we look not at the things that are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for these things are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Now, what I was about to say is, when I first woke up, I was preaching everything I was preaching to them about everything, and that's probably one of the things, you know, one of the regrets of mine, but nonetheless, you know, I pretty much got on the phone with a pastor of my family, and he was how I brought out the last scripture about a prophet would have no, you know, be hated in his own household. He was saying, you know, saying I was crazy in so many words, saying just because you feel some type of way, you feel like an outsider, you feel like the black sheep, that scripture that scripture is justifiable, you know, and and that can make, you know, that made me, you know, I was pissed off. The scripture is plain. Scriptures are plain. I consider myself a prophet, so I felt that was a diss. But you eventually get an understanding, and the Lord went through the same thing. He knows brothers and sisters and mother and his father. Okay, wasn't fully gonna understand. Now, did the scriptures talk about how he he went to the refrigerator, he got some juice, and they was like, "Why, damn, you drink too much. You drunk the last of the grape juice." All right, that's what I'm talking about how things will get a bit, you know, toxic because the demons, and I'm gonna get the scripture to back that up. Now, I was only being facetious about the Lord going to the refrigerator, but that's things you go through in this truth. You might do little certain things, and they're gonna nitpick in little small things, because of this scripture here I'm about to bring out. This is Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation. And you're on totally opposite paths. You're starting your new life. The demons are gonna come. The evil spirits are gonna come. Where how do they come? They come in the form of people. They come attach themselves to the people around you to tempt you. So you have to prepare yourself for the temptation, knowing that, okay, my whole life this person, we were pretty much, it wasn't this bad, but then it gets bad, it gets worse. It's any little thing you do, you go out on the highways and the byways, you start doing your videos, you start studying, and less and less time you're dealing with them. Because let's be honest, they're self-servers. They worry about what they want in that time, and if you can't fulfill what they want in that time, they're going to start to resent you. In so many words, pretty much, it becomes resentment, and that's the temptation. All right, and that's just the thing that goes through in this truth. Oh, especially your friends, man. They're gonna say this nigga is bugged out. You know, they're eventually gonna ghost you. They're gonna unfriend you on Facebook. So your friends, your woman, you and your woman been going to Chick-fil-A or going to Burger King every weekend on Saturdays. You tell her, hey, look, for a couple hours I'm gonna be out there on the block pushing the word. I'll get up with you later, and then you turn up and start fellowshipping with the brothers afterwards. So the Saturday gone, and she at the house, okay, texting you while you on the line, and eventually what? Guess what? She's gonna leave you. And you're gonna have to deal with that. That's another topic, but that's dealing with the how you're gonna start losing things in this truth. Okay, that's talking about the hell. But I'm gonna get one more scripture, but I didn't want to make this too long. But like I said, it's best to have solitude when you're going through your spiritual change, like this truth, because you have to understand the fullness of it, and you have to understand the mindset of these other people. Because even if let's say they do rock with you in this truth, they do believe some of the things you say, they continue to have a good, healthy relationship with you. When things start to get real bad out here, they might go a different way. They may, everything you've been saying to them, they may throw that out the window and choose to love this world, like Lot's wife. I'm not gonna get it, but how Lot's wife looked back, and that's just a parable how she wanted the things in this world. She loved the lifestyle, the system, and that's what our family and friends will. They love their system. They love their lives, even though their lives ain't shit. And I gotta say it like that. It ain't shit. They still love it. They still love it. And I'm gonna get this one because I brought out the wives part. I made a statement about that, so I'm gonna get it to prove it, and then I'm gonna close it out. It's 1 Corinthians 7. 1 Corinthians 7 and 29. And it reads, but this I say, brethren. Ooh, I got one more scripture, Shalaki, after that. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. And that's basically going into what I said about how having a wife will be as though you have, because it takes a lot of time in this truth to devote to the to the scriptures, to the ministry, to the studying. And so a lot of that time with your woman, with your wife, with your quote unquote demon, is going to get less and less, and there's going to have to be, because don't get it twisted. We compromise. We certain things we compromise in. We try to not rock the boat so many times, but if things get out of hand, we're gonna have to cut you off. We're just gonna have to be a change because we know how these so-called these women they get out here, especially with you not. Uh, she's not the number one ace boon coon in your life anymore. And I did have one more, and we're coming into a time where look, we're not kowtowing. We're not kowtowing to your demands and to your threats anymore. It's gonna be look, it's the prophet's time because we're feeble in this society right now. You don't know what love is, bro. You don't know how a real family function works. This ain't real. We're seeking the kingdom to fully understand that. We just have little small glimpses here and there. This is Matthew 19. In Matthew 19 and 27. This is Matthew 19 and 27. Then this is Peter. And answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? So, yeah, that's Peter saying basically we've forsaken everything. We've forsaken our businesses, our job, our hobbies, our multiple wives, our women. Everything we believed in to follow the Lord. And what shall we get? That's what Ariala mentioned in that video. So that's what we're doing. We're forsaking the Lord to ultimately get that crown uh, and be a king. Basically the elect. You know, so it's not all in vain. It's just a sacrifice. You know, and that's not going to be understood. That's not going to be understood. They're not going to understand your mindset, and that's fine. That's fine. A lot of times they catch you pondering. Certain people catch you pondering or like zoning out, so to speak. You might be thinking about something like, "Damn, I can't wait for this place to get destroyed," or "These damn, this damn coronavirus gonna tear Esau ass apart," and they'll ask you, "What you thinking about?" or what's on your mind? And I lie. I lie. I tell them I'm thinking about something else because once you tell them what you're really thinking about, they're gonna try to change the subject. Like, anyways, but that's just what it comes down to it in this thing. So they're not gonna understand. They're not gonna get it, and that's perfectly fine because it's not for them to get. Okay, the scriptures talk about how the spiritual judge all things, and the spiritual are to spiritual. So it's our lots. I'm not gonna keep talking. This Lord willing, this was edifying. Give all praise to you. How about Shemi Al Shai, by Shemi Crocodile? Divine to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.